Okay, today we're going to be installing a set of pedal covers. These are from Motorsport out of Germany, and they are billeted aluminum pedal covers. They'll be going on to a 2011 Mazda Miata. And let me just show you, this is how it comes packaged, and here's what's in the box. You've got your accelerator pedal, brake pedal, clutch pedal cover, and then underneath here you have your dead pedal plate. They also give you the hardware and instructions, which are absolutely useless because they're in German. Unless, of course, if you speak German, then you're good to go. Now that we're ready for the installation, here's a couple of things you're going to need. You're going to need some liquid soap detergent, and you're going to use this to help you install the pedal covers on the brake and the clutch pedals. You're going to need a power drill with a 1/8 inch bit and also a 3/16 inch bit. Also, you will need a Phillips head screwdriver and a pair of needle nose pliers, which will come in handy when you're tightening the bolts or the nuts behind the bolts on the accelerator pedal. And lastly, I found this online. This is an instruction sheet in English that gives you some basic instructions on how to install these pedal covers. And this I found on the manufacturer's website. The manufacturer is Motorsport, and what you want to do is go to the manufacturer's website in Germany. So it's Motorsport GmbH. If you do a Google search on that, it should take you right to their website. And when you get to the pedal cover section, there will be a link that will allow you to print out this instruction sheet. And now that we've got all that together, let's get ready for the install. The first pedal cover we're going to install goes over the accelerator pedal, and this is the cover. It has a hole at the top and the bottom, and that's where you're going to screw it into the existing pedal. You just fit this right over top of the pedal, use the holes as a guide, and you drill out the holes into the pedal using a 1/8 inch bit. Then you'll position this over the pedal. You'll use this long bolt at the top, put it through, use this sleeve, goes underneath, and one of the nuts. On the bottom, you'll use the shorter of the two bolts and the nut behind it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and install this pedal. Okay, now we're getting ready to install the accelerator pedal cover. The first thing we did was raise the steering wheel as high as you can, then put down a towel to catch the shavings. You can see that from the pre-drilled, the holes we've drilled. And now we're going to go ahead and just put the accelerator pedal cover right on top of the existing pedal and affix it with the bolts that are provided. As you can see, we've now got the pedal cover on the accelerator pedal, and this was done by just simply using the pedal cover as a template in order to position the holes that have to be drilled through to the pedal. So we drilled a hole down here, we drilled a hole up at the top, and we used a 3/16 of an inch bit. I think I told you earlier it was a 1/8, but it was actually a 3/16. Then we just simply put the bolt through the holes and tighten it down with the nut on the back. And up at the top we use the longer of the two bolts, and the tube that I showed you earlier is actually a sleeve that goes over that bolt and then is tightened down by the nut in the back. So we're done with this one. Next we're going to move over to the dead pedal, and for this we will use, again, like as we did with the accelerator pedal, we'll put the dead pedal on top of the existing one, and then we will use the drill and use a 1/8 inch bit and drill out the holes, and then just simply screw on the dead pedal cover using the self-tapping metal screws that are supplied. Okay, now you can see we have the dead pedal cover installed. This was done by just screwing in 4 screws here, one at each corner, and the manufacturer supplies 2 sets of screws. We used the longer set of screws, and it worked out really well. It's nice and secure. So that one's done, and now we're going to move on to the clutch and the brake pedals. Okay, you can see here I've gotten the clutch pedal on. Now, if you go out online and you read comments about putting these pedal covers on, you'll see all kinds of complaints about how difficult it is to put on the brake and the clutch pedal covers. I did not find that to be the case, and I'll show you how I did it as we go ahead now and put on the brake pedal cover. The first thing you have to do is get under here and pull off the existing brake pedal cover, the rubber cover that comes as standard equipment. And you just work it off like so. Okay? So now that's off. We're going to get rid of that, and we're going to work with the pedal cover that's going to go on there. Here's the pedal cover that's going to go on now. And what you want to do, and this is the secret, is just get a little dishwashing detergent. Mine happens to be a Kroger brand. You can use any brand you want. Put a drop on your index finger and rub it all inside the pedal cover. And be sure you get up underneath the lip here. Okay? And get the edges. Okay? So that's that. I also then did the same thing with the metal, the bare metal pedal as well. And again, be sure that you get coverage on the surrounding edge, the outside edge of this pedal. Okay? So that's all there is to that. And now we're going to go ahead and fit the pedal cover on. Okay, now I've got the pedal cover positioned over the pedal. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start down here at the bottom and just get behind it. Use your fingers to apply pressure from behind and use your thumbs. And then what you want to do is just get the lip of this pedal cover up and over the metal edge of the metal pedal. And you just work at it. And I usually come up and do the inside of the pedal next. And keep applying the pressure, never let up. And come over here and get the other corner. Now you've got all 4 corners. And then just work your way down, and there we go. Easy peasy, it's on. And the job is done.